Electro.
Hey, what's up everybody? Pac-Man Trolls is back with another Magic the Gathering deck tech. So this day we're going to go over my brother's Rakdos deck. His Rakdos deck contains one Blood Crypt. This card is pretty decent. As it enters the battlefield, you can either pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. And looks like it has nope. Alright, so there's that. I'm going to move over here so it's not so dark, because I couldn't hardly read that card. Okay, and then we have a Dragon Skull Summit. This card's decent. It says, Dragon Skull Summit enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp or a mountain, and it adds a black and red mana to your pool. So does Blood Crypt. And then we have 4 Rakdos Guild Gates. We have the different art ones as well, if you see the art. But this is enter the battlefield tapped, and it adds a black and red mana to your pool. So you got 4 of those. And then now we're going to get into our basic land, regular stuff. We have 10 mountains, regular red lands, and then 8 swamps, so regular black. And that's our land base of the deck. Our next thing we're going to get onto is the creatures of the deck. We have the 1 playset of Rakdos Cacklers. Unleash it. Becomes a 2/2 that can't block. And for 1 black or red mana. And yeah, it's a 1/1. And then if you unleash it, it's a 2/2 that can't block right away. We have a playset of the Rakdos Shred Freak. A black or a red mana for 2 mana. 2 either black or red mana. It has a 2/1 with haste. So 4 of those. A playset of that. We have a playset of the Gorehouse Chainwalker, another red mana and a colorless. Unleash it, becomes a 3/2 that can't block, but it's a 2/1. Basically, this deck I would probably call an Unleash deck for the most part. We have another playset of Splatter Thug, 1 black, 1 red, 2 colorless. First Strike and Unleash bit, so you can make it a 3/3 with First Strike that can't block, or a 2/2 with First Strike that can block. 4 of those, playset of that. So, yeah, and then we got our 4 Hellhole Flayers, or Flailers. 1 black, 1 red, and colorless. Unleash it, you can make it a 4/3, and if you tap a black, a red, and 2 colorless, you can sacrifice it to deal however much damage its power is to a target player. So we got 4 of those. We have 1 Sewer Shambler, 1 black, 2 colorless, a Swamp Walk, so it's unblockable as long as the defending player controls a swamp, and you can tap 1 black and 2 colorless to make a Scavenge and give another creature a +2/+2. So yeah. We have 4, these are actually probably some of the best cards in this entire deck, because they're the biggest in a way. Bloodfray Giant, 2 red, 2 colorless, Trample and Unleash, so you can make it a 5/4 with Trample if you want without him blocking, but you can make it a 4/3 Trample nonetheless. Pretty decent card. We have a playset of that. Our last bit of the creatures here is the Rakdos Lord of the Riots. This is probably the best card in the deck by far. 2 red, 2 black. You can't cast it unless the opponent loses life this turn. It gets flying and trample, and creature spells you cost 1 less mana to cast, 1 less colorless mana to cast for each life your opponent's lost this turn. So if they lose 1 life, then it's 1 less colorless. You know, it just adds up. 6/6 too. So that's a big card. We're getting into our instance. We have 1 Electrickery. 1 red. It deals 1 damage to target creature you don't control. Overload of 1 red and 1 colorless. Yeah, that's that. Again, I have to apologize for the quality of this video. It looks like it's really fuzzy, guys. Sorry about that. But let's continue on. Instance, we have 3 Cremates, 1 black mana. You can exile a target card from a graveyard and draw a card. It's kind of hard to read them because of the quality, but I promise. Sorry about that. We have a playset of the Ultimate Price. These are great cards. One black, one colorless. Destroy target monocolored creature. You just kill off a creature that's not multicolor, basically. And it's just that simple. You just, boom, bye, gone. Rakdos Charms. One red, two colorless. Or one red and one black. Two of these, I mean. You can choose either to exile all cards in a player's graveyard, destroy target artifact, or each creature deals 1 damage to its controller. So, those are decent cards. We have 4 Annihilating Fires. So, a playset of these, 2 red, 1 colorless. Deals 3 damage to a player or a creature, and if a creature dealt damage this way would die, exile it instead. So, great card. For our sorceries, we have a Dreadbore. 1 red, 1 black. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Great card to use. We have 1 Mizium Mortars. 1 red, 1 colorless. It deals 4 damage to a creature you don't control and overload for 3 red and 3 colorless. And then we have 4 of these awesome cards that can really help you win the game in the end or get close. I mean, it's just a good card. Traitorous Instinct. 1 red, 3 colorless. Gain control of a target creature until the end of turn. Untap it. Until the end of the turn, it gets a +2 attack and has haste. So it really helps you win the game, kind of. Really good card to use. Deviant Glee. 1 black. Enchantment. Enchant creature gets a +2, a +1, and has trample if you tap a red until the end of turn. So we have a playset of those. We have 2 Pursuits of Flight. 1 red, 1 colorless. Enchanted creature gets a +2/+2 and has tap a blue. This creature gains flying until end of the turn. So that flying is not the point. Just this is mainly just to boost up your creature a little bit more. And then we have our artifacts. Our last part of the deck here is the Rakdos Key Runes. 4 of these, for 3 colorless mana, you can add a red or black mana to your pool when you tap them, or you can tap a red and a black mana, making them a 3/1 black-red devil artifact creature with first strike until end of turn. So that's our Rakdos deck tech nonetheless. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching the video nonetheless. This is Pac-Man Trolls, and I will see you guys later.
Electro.